Dynamite, and today we're going to be talking about 115 Days since Activision finally acknowledged it, as well as an upcoming Activision report which, when it comes out, is going to be telling us whether or not Zombies Chronicles 2 is dropping in Black Ops 4 or if those remakes are being saved for Black Ops 5. Before we jump into that, I just want to make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button down below, since about 60% of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed. So make sure you guys are getting notifications every time I update you guys on Black Ops 4 Year 2 and Zombies Chronicles 2. So first and foremost, Activision put out their weekly blog post, and in the blog post, towards the very end of it, they do mention Black Ops 4 and 115 Days. So here's what they had to say: earn some extra XP this week in the double XP hardcore bare bones mosh pit multiplayer playlist. Holy shit, that's a long sentence. And watch for in-game bonuses to drop in Zombies starting January the 15th to celebrate 115 Days. So yes, they finally acknowledged this Wednesday, which is really exciting for hardcore Zombies fans, but they didn't exactly confirm what those in-game bonuses are going to be. So if we had to take a wild guess, we could just say the Tungsten Tripler, since we know the Titanium Treble is now a permanent offer in the Zombies laboratory, but the Tungsten Tripler always returns every now and again, so maybe it'll come back this Wednesday and it'll be in the shop for a couple of days or so. But maybe there's going to be some other surprises as well, we just don't know. But it's also worth reminding you guys that 115 Day this Wednesday is gonna officially mark the 1-year anniversary since Jason Blundell did that Q&A last year where he confirmed Newton's Cookbook was coming to Black Ops 4, and obviously Newton's Cookbook has not come into Black Ops 4. They haven't even mentioned it once since the last 115 Day, and the tweet, or the video I should say, where Blundell confirms this has now been deleted, which gets me to speculate that maybe Newton's Cookbook is scrapped for BO4, but they don't want to talk about it, kind of sweeping it under the rug, similar to Factions and some other things that were planned for Black Ops 4 that just never made their way into the game. But it would be hilarious to see Cookbook added this Wednesday. I think that would really be a in-game bonus as described in this weekly blog post. And even though it's a year since they first announced it, I think it's definitely not too late, and it's better late than never to put something like that in the game, because many of us out there do have dozens upon hundreds of common and rare elixirs that we're willing to convert into better elixirs, you know, some epic and legendary ones. And I think the new version of Newton's Cookbook could have potential in allowing us to also make some more talismans, since there really aren't any ways to earn talismans in Black Ops 4.
So yes, something will come into Black Ops 4 that allows you to combine your different elixirs together and make new ones. I don't know if Mr. Newton will be coming back, but the mechanic absolutely will be. So thanks, Linkboy Rocks.
As I brought up in previous videos and even in previous live streams, I was not expecting 115 Day to be this grand announcement of Zombies Chronicles 2. I think unless they plan on releasing it with no marketing, then it's really unlikely for them to just drop it on 115 Day. But it would be cool if this Wednesday they dropped a teaser or something cryptic similar to Blundell's words back in, I think it was December of 2016, when he pulled out a blank piece of paper and said, "I'm afraid I can't say anything right now," which was a very cryptic hint towards more content coming to Black Ops 3 Zombies. So maybe they could do something similar this Wednesday and, you know, drop something cryptic or drop a hint that something is coming in the future, whether that's, you know, late spring or next summer or pre-order bonus in BO5. That would be cool, you know, to have some cryptic answer like that, to at least know something still is coming to Black Ops 4. But if not, don't lose hope on those maps eventually coming to current gen platforms, because here's the real meat of this video: the Activision report that I've mentioned briefly in tweets and briefly on stream. As you guys might remember, a couple of years ago, right when these Zombies Chronicles leaks were getting pretty heavy around the community, you had a lot of reliable sources talking about it, you had some whispers around the community, you had voice actors teasing things. Right around that time, I want to say it was probably late February, early March, we actually had an investors chart posted on businessinsider.com, and this investors chart showed a future report for Activision IPs showing every upcoming game and DLC that would be releasing over the next year. And this report is pretty detailed, right? There's a bunch of information about stocks and investments and earnings and, you know, some predictions, all of that good information. And as you can see on the chart itself, at least for 2017, you see plenty of things like Crash Bandicoot, World of Warcraft, Infinite Warfare DLC packs, and obviously we had a season pass that was in full effect for Infinite Warfare, so of course DLC packs were coming. You had Diablo, Modern Warfare Remastered DLC pack, which was the variety map pack that featured 4 remastered maps that were released released as DLC in the original COD 4, so that was a great DLC release. I was really excited about that. And then towards the bottom of 2017, you see Call of Duty Black Ops 3 DLC pack, but as you can see, there's no quarter available or a release date available for this content, so maybe at the time this report was published, there was no release date set in stone yet for the first Zombies Chronicles. And what I'm getting at here is that when a future report pipeline is posted for 2020, that's when we'll get a confirmation about whether or not Zombies Chronicles 2 or some type of DLC is dropping in Black Ops 4. And if Zombies Chronicles 2 or DLC 5 is not on a 2020 future report pipeline, that just means those maps aren't coming to Black Ops 4, and the rumors are correct that those maps are being saved for Black Ops 5. And if you guys are wondering, well, when is the future report pipeline going to be dropping? And if you look it up online, it does say February 11th, and a description for this says Activision Blizzard is estimated to report earnings on February 11, 2020. The upcoming earnings date is derived from an algorithm based on a company's historical reporting date. Our vendor, Zacks Investment Research, might revise this date in the future once the company announces the actual earnings date, according to Zacks Investment, based on 10 analysts' forecast. The consensus EPS forecast for the quarter is 115, and that's pretty ironic, isn't it? Again, this date is being derived from an algorithm, so it's not 100% set in stone, but whenever this report is published, we will see whether or not if a DLC pack is going to be dropping in Black Ops 4. And there's also the possibility, too, they release a different type of chart which doesn't spoil anything massive. Maybe they don't want to reveal that a DLC is coming to Black Ops 4 or to some other games. They want to keep that as a surprise, but because this has to do with business and stocks and predictions, everything might be laid out on a chart or some type of report, so we'll just have to see how that's handled. But hopefully a similar chart is posted just like the one we saw back in 2017, because it essentially has all the answers we need. And again, if a DLC pack for Black Ops 4 isn't listed on that chart, it simply means those maps are being saved for Black Ops 5. We know for a fact from reliable sources those maps are finished, but whether or not they're being saved for Black Ops 5 is just unknown because of the crazy crunch time that's going on right now for Black Ops 5. Treyarch had less than 2 years to work on Black Ops 5, or they will have less than 2 years, I should say. But with Sledgehammer and Raven under their belt as support studios, I do have faith in them to execute a decent vision which hopefully fixes all of the errors that Black Ops 4 has and appeases to the community almost as strong, if not just as strong, as Black Ops 3 did back in the day. But let me know what you think of this down below. Again, I was trying my best to get you guys some type of release date of when we'll hear something, right? Not even a reveal date or a release date of Zombies Chronicles 2, but at least some type of date when we'll hear some type of hope, some type of information about what's happening with Black Ops 4, what's happening with Black Ops 5, and it is safe to say that if the original plan for Black Ops 4 stuck to what it was and Treyarch wasn't working on COD 2020, you probably would have saw an insanely massive year 2 for Black Ops 4 with maybe even another season pass and a lot more zombie maps and more game modes. You probably would have saw a lot more budget put into Black Ops 4, even for Operation Spectre Rising, Apocalypse Z, Dark Divide. You probably would have saw a lot more put into Black Ops 4 if Treyarch didn't have to work on COD 2020, but since they have to work on COD 2020, Activision might be like, well, we gotta fund Treyarch's next project, so let's cut a lot of that budget that Black Ops 4 has right now, and that's pretty much what happened. So again, as I've gone over in previous videos too, development might not be going so well on Black Ops 5 to the point where Activision's like, well, you guys don't have enough time to make zombies for Black Ops 5, at least for it to be ready at release, so we have these maps kind of sitting on a shelf somewhere. Let's just make those the launch maps of Black Ops 5, whether that means it's a pre-order bonus, whether that means it's exclusive to PSN, similar to how Survival is exclusive to PSN on Modern Warfare, which would suck, but again, it's always a possibility based on business. That's always a possibility, so keep that in mind. And it's also worth mentioning that according to other reliable sources, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is a game that has been complete for well over a year now, maybe even longer, but is also sitting on a shelf. So it's worth noting that content could be remastered, remade, finished, 100% set in stone, but just doesn't release for whatever reason. Activision is, of course, waiting for the most financially beneficial time to put out said content, and if they don't see it as a financially beneficial time to put something out, they'll just save it. And I would say for something as big as a remake to a zombie map, or 3 maps to say the least, for something like that, I wouldn't ever see them scrapping it entirely. I would see them repurposing it and saving it for some time later. But also as a reminder too, if Black Ops 5 is going to be using the Modern Warfare engine, which the rumors are saying, and if the game's going to be on PlayStation 5, then since the maps are finished for Black Black Ops 4, the Victus maps I should say, some work would have to be done to accommodate for this slightly modified engine that Modern Warfare has, right? Things have to be changed and worked with to make sure it fits the new engine, and on top of that, also has to be ported over to next generation consoles. So that's why I've been saying for the longest time, it just makes the most sense thematically to put these Victus maps in Black Ops 4, since that's where it fits best. You know, remakes do fit Black Ops 4 best, while faithful remasters fit Black Ops 3 best. And with the end of the Ether storyline, it makes sense to get all remakes out the way with Black Ops 4 so that Black Ops 5 can go in a completely new direction. On top of the fact that if the maps are just done for Black Ops 4's engine and that game's mechanics, why waste more time having to redo those maps again for the next Black Ops game, whether that fits the new story or not, right? That's just my viewpoint on Zombies Chronicles 2. And once again, it's been about 2 weeks since my last major update on Zombies Chronicles 2. Last week, though, I posted a little rant kind of debunking all of the fake news and misinformation I've been seeing all over Reddit and Twitter in regards to my content, my channel, who I am as a person, why I do these update videos. So I kind of debunked that last week. But 2 weeks ago was my last update following up on Zombies Chronicles 2. And I'll be doing the same thing again whenever new updates or new information arises at some point. I'm still waiting on some information from a QA tester. Hopefully I get some information about that soon to talk about some scrap side Easter eggs, possible DLC 5 information. Hopefully I'll have that information for you guys soon. I'm still trying, but when that information comes out, I'll definitely have a video here on the channel. But that's about it. Let me know what you think about this down below in the comment section. This has been DK Dynamite. Check all links down below in the description, and peace out, everyone.